Hello everybody, we're going to do 3.1 of SAT Math Level 1 prepping for the SAT Math. Some beginning math facts, 3.1. We got notes here through 52 points of note taking. Page 1 here, overview, lesson review, some prereq math terms and skills you should already know, including rules for positive integer exponents, real numbers and their subsets here. A real number is any number that can be located on a ruler like number line. Set of real numbers includes whole numbers and integers. And other things in algebra, any number that can multiplies a variable is called a coefficient. And also basic formulas like from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So 3.1 is a foundation here of mathematics. And you get into symbology here. Yeah, it's basics. I mean, you got to have your basics down before you can really get it together. And number line location and graphing solutions on a number line, like this compound inequality here. Although this should be a solid dot here to graph that. Products and factors, exponent rules, expression x to the eighth is x raised to the nth power, x to the nth, where the exponent n tells how many times the base x is used in a multiplication of x. And here's more exponent rules here. Product rule, quotient rule, and power rule. You know, in case you did not get this in your earlier high school education, middle school education, then this lesson will help you. If you need more than that, I can provide you with other basic lessons to shore up your math education. And here are some examples here. And here's an example here. We have we have to solve these basically simultaneously. So what do we do here? Change the fraction to a fraction. So there's different methods here for solving equations that this chapter goes. Okay, page here. If 3k plus 1 minus 3k equals m, what is 3k plus 2 in terms of m? So in terms of m, here are possible answers here. Rewrite the left side of the equation in terms of 3 to the k power. So to do that, we expand this out to here. 3k equals m to the 2. M over 2 actually. Then we multiply 3k by 3 squared to get 3k plus 2. So 3k times 3 squared equals 3 squared m over 2. Now we can solve this. For the correct choice is C here, because 9m over 2 is what this is here, and then that is what we got from that original expression like that. Distributive law, 2 times the sum of x and y can be represented by 2 times x plus y, which must be equivalent to multiplying x and y individually by 2, and then adding the products together as in 2x plus y. Thus, 2x plus y equals 2x plus 2y. Math reference fact. When applying the distributive law, remove the parentheses by multiplying each term inside the parentheses by the term outside the parentheses. Remember that? That's like 7th grade. Okay, a times the quantity x plus y. So we multiply each member there by a equals this. Here are some more examples. 3 times a, and then again we multiply through the parentheses by our outside factors. Here are some more examples of the distributive property. Our s squared times the quantities inside the parentheses. The process of reversing the distributive law is called factoring. So we can go from here to here. Factor out a 4. Then same thing here. You factor out an x. So these are examples here of going through and going back with the distributive law. Notebook, page 19. The process of reversing the distributive law is called factoring. So we can factor out whatever is the common factor of what's inside the parentheses there. Factor out a, b. And then roots, the square root notation, square root x means one of two equal non-negative numbers whose product is x, as in radical 16 equals 4, since 4 times 4 equals 16. The square root of x means the same thing as this here. It's implied with this symbol here. This is implied over here. Page 20, the cube root of x means of x, which is one of three equal numbers whose product is x, as in the cube root of 8. So this means the root, well, how many roots you're taking of the number that's inside the radical, the radicand. This is the radicand here, and then this would be the root. 4th root, 5th root. The square root symbol is called a radical and always represents positive or principal square root of the number underneath it. So we have this here cannot equal a negative 3, despite the fact that negative 3. However, if x squared equals 9, then either negative 3 or can equal x. Some properties of square root radicals. So we get into the radical product properties of radicals here, which we can multiply through by keeping our radical. To simplify a square root radical, factor the radicand as the product of two numbers, one of which is the greatest perfect square of the radicand, the radical over each factor, and simplify. So in this case here, the highest perfect square out of 20 would be 4, and then that simplifies to 2. To combine square root radicals, the number expression underneath the radical sign, called the radicand, must be the same. So we can see square root 18 plus 5 times square root of 2. We can factor this into that. And then we have 3 times square root of 2 plus 5 times square root of 2. We can combine those together. To eliminate a radical from the denominator of a fraction, multiply numerator and denominator of the fraction by the radical itself. To rationalize the denominator is really what that's called. And then here is a reference fact here over the operations of addition. For example, the square root of 4 plus 9 does not equal square root of 4 plus the square root of 9. Algebraic representation. That is leads us to this. Sam and Jeremy have ages that are consecutive odd integers. This would be the way that we would construct this. The product of their age is 783. Which equation could be used to find Jeremy's age? J, if he is a younger man. So consecutive odd integers differ by 2. Jeremy's age is represented by J, then J plus 2 represents Sam's age, so J times J plus 2 equals 783. Using the distributive law, J squared plus 2J equals 783 would be C in that case. Using the distributive law, we have a house painting problem here. So the hourly cost of P painters for each 7-hour day is P times 15 times 7. Since the job is estimated to take D days, the cost of the painter is 105 PD. Adding the cost of paint gives us 250 plus 105 PD. So it will be B here. And that is 3.1. Contact me here for solution PowerPoints and also worksheets that go with these lectures. There are worksheets that go with them. Contact me for those. Contact me for tutoring, and thank you very much.